Hello dear students, so welcome to your communicative English class. Today we are going to learn one of the important topic in English grammar, and it's the very basics of English grammar. So in the last two classes we had been learning the basics of grammar, isn't it? So we had already learned what are these nouns, isn't it? What are the different types of nouns? Then we had learned about the pronouns. What do you mean by the pronouns, isn't it? So in the last class, I told you today we'll be learning about the types of pronouns, isn't it? So before moving to the topic, I would like to ask you a question. What are these pronouns, students? You know the answer. What are these pronouns? Pronouns means these are those words that takes the place of a noun, isn't it? I give you an example. If I'm talking about a person, Rita is a teacher. Rita loves kids. Rita is very honest. So Rita can be replaced, isn't it? The word Rita or the name Rita can be replaced because it is a noun. It can be replaced a pronoun by she, like, isn't it? Yes. So today we'll be learning the different types of pronouns. It's very important thing. Okay, starting with before that, I would like to tell you there are 7 types of pronouns. That means the 7 types of commonly used pronouns, isn't it? Okay, so when you read or when you come across like when you are searching for these pronouns, you might find more than 7, but still their most important thing or most important types of pronouns are like 7. Okay, 7 in number. Okay, starting with the first one. The first one is personal pronouns. You can see on the board. What is the first one? Personal. Personal pronouns means what? Personal pronouns. Personal means it will be something that is related to a person, isn't it? That is personal pronouns. That means the personal pronouns are those pronouns that takes the place of a person. Okay, so that is known as a personal pronouns. If we want to refer to a person, we can make use of the personal pronouns. I will give you some examples. The examples are written over here. I, she, it, he, it, we, they. All these are personal pronouns because all these pronouns refer to a person, isn't it? One person or more than one person, isn't it? So that is known as personal pronouns. I will give an example, the same example of the last class about Rita, isn't it? Why Rita? Because why we chose the example? Like Rita is a teacher. Rita is a teacher. Rita loves kids. Or Rita is very honest. So word Rita is replaced by which pronoun? It is replaced by pronoun she, isn't it? So if in a sentence wherever there is a person, okay, wherever there is a person, these persons are always replaced by personal pronouns. Okay, if in a sentence when there is persons, okay, these persons are replaced using personal pronouns like I, he, she, it, we and they. We and they are plurals, isn't it? Because there should be more than one. If I'm talking about Rita and Fida, 2 persons, Rita and Fida, so which personal pronoun will replace Fida and Rita? It will be replaced by they, isn't it? Rita and Fida, that is they. Okay, so these are the examples of personal pronouns. So personal pronouns means those words or those pronouns that refer to a person. Okay, yes. Moving on to the second one, children. The second one is indefinite pronouns. What do you mean by indefinite pronouns? It is indefinite. What do you mean by indefinite? Indefinite pronouns means those pronouns or those words that are used not to refer. If we don't know, or if you're not having an idea about who did something, okay, or which person did that, or what is happening there, if you're not clear about it, if you don't want to refer to the exact person, or if you don't want to refer to exact place or exact animal, so what you will do, you will make use of indefinite pronouns. I will give an example. Like my example is somebody ate my sandwich. My example is somebody ate my sandwich, because we don't have the idea who ate the sandwich. We didn't know who ate the sandwich. So we can make use of that indefinite pronoun somebody. Or if I'm saying, if you don't know your friend is going somewhere, you don't know where he is going. So again, how can you say that? You can say he is going somewhere, isn't it? He is going somewhere, because you're not having clear idea about where he is going. You don't know the exact place where he is going, or you might not know any person. Suppose there is somebody. If you are not knowing the person, you can say there is somebody waiting for you. If you don't know the person, how can you say there is somebody waiting for you? What do you mean by that? There is somebody, because you don't know who is waiting. So you can make use of the word somebody. So these are the indefinite pronouns. Indefinite pronouns means if you are not having the idea about a person or about a place or a thing or an animal or something, you can make use of this indefinite pronouns. I have given you the examples like some, every, all, anybody, no one, anyone, and there are some other everywhere, somewhere, or somebody. All these are examples of indefinite pronouns. So what do you mean by indefinite? Indefinite pronouns means if you don't know an exact about an exact person, if you don't want to refer to an exact person, place, animal, or a thing, you can make use of indefinite pronouns. Just to say about something general. Okay, that is something general. All are happy. You don't know which people are these. So how can you say that? All are happy. Okay, so you don't know the exact person. So if you don't want to refer to any exact person, place, animal, or thing, you can make use of indefinite pronouns. I hope you're clear about it. Yes, moving to the next, third one. Third one is the relative pronouns. Relative pronouns, these pronouns are used to relate to something. If you want to relate something, you can make use of this relative pronouns. Or we can say this relative pronouns are used to join the sentences. If you want to join two or more sentences, we can make use of relative pronouns. I'll give an example. If I'm saying, he is Sonny. He is Sonny. My another sentence is, he is Sonny. This is the man who broke the glass. Okay, he is Sonny who, okay, suppose I'm saying like this, he is Sonny and this is the man who broke the glass. Okay, he is Sonny, this is the man who broke the glass. So which is the relative pronoun over there? The relative pronoun is who. Okay, why who? Because I want to relate something, isn't it? I want to join the sentences. So I can simply say, he is Sonny who broke the glass. Okay? He is Sonny who broke the glass. Because I want to relate the thing to Sonny, isn't it? I want to relate because Sonny is the person who broke the glass, isn't it? So there is a person who broke the glass. So I want to relate that person, relate something to Sonny. What I am relating? I am relating the thing broke the glass, isn't it? So I want to relate that broke the glass to Sonny, isn't it? So that is for that purpose we are using the relative pronouns. Okay, so relative pronouns means these pronouns are used to relate something. Okay, if that means they are used to relate something, or we can say they are used to join the sentences. There are so many examples are there. Who, which, then we can say whose. Okay, who, which, whose, whom, that, all these are relative pronouns. Okay, so suppose I am talking about this, these are the, suppose I am saying, these are the books which I lost, isn't it? These are the books which I lost, because I had some books and I lost it. Okay, so in order to join these two things, how can which pronoun can I use? I can use a relative pronoun. That means these are the books which I lost, because I want to relate this lost to books, isn't it? I want to relate the word lost to books, so I use the word which, and I also want to say I want to join the sentences, isn't it? So these are relative pronouns. So relative pronouns are used to relate something or someone, okay, to something. Okay, and also they are used to join the sentences. Okay, that is about. Fourth one is reflexive pronouns. What do you mean by reflexive? Reflect. Okay, that is reflexive. What do you mean by reflexive pronouns? It means that when a subject does something, a subject can be a noun, isn't it? Yes. So a noun does something, and the effect of that, or the effect of doing that thing, it reflects on the man itself, the noun itself. So we can make use of the reflexive pronouns. Okay, so reflexive pronouns means those pronouns or the words that are used to indicate the thing that the noun has done. It reflects to him. Okay, it reflects to that person itself. Suppose I'm saying, I will give you an example, then you can clearly identify it. I hurt myself. I hurt myself. What does it mean? The man, he hurt himself, isn't it? That is, I hurt myself. It means that the man has done something, and the effect of that, or the after effect, or the result of that, it reflects to that man itself, isn't it? So that is known as a reflexive pronouns. Or suppose I'll give another example. She does the homework herself. She does the homework herself. That is known as what? Reflexive pronoun, isn't it? Because that that woman or that person or that girl does something. She has done something, isn't it? So the effect of that, it came back to that to that girl itself. Okay, that is it. She does the work herself. Or I hurt myself. He hurt himself. Okay, so these are the reflexive pronouns. Reflexive means what? Reflect. That is, reflect. Reflect means what? A person has done something, and the effect or the result of that came to that person itself. So that is known as the reflexive pronouns. The examples are himself, herself, yourself. Okay, yourself. All these things. Yes, and yes, there is another word like ourselves. If there is plural, if it is plural, we will be writing about ourselves. We made it ourselves. Okay, if you have done something, or two persons had made something, and they are saying like, we made it ourselves. Okay, so that is reflexive pronouns. And the fifth one is demonstrative. What do you mean by demonstrative pronouns? Demonstrative pronouns means those pronouns that are used to demonstrate something. If you want to talk about something, if you want to demonstrate about something, we will make use of the demonstrative pronouns. I will give you an example. If I am asking you, what is this? How will you demonstrate it? How will you talk about these things? You will be saying that this is a marker, isn't it? This is a marker. So that this is what? It is a demonstrative pronoun. If you want to demonstrate about a thing, if you want to talk about a thing, we'll be using the demonstrative pronouns. The examples are this, that, these, those. Okay, all these are what? These are demonstrative pronouns. You are demonstrating it. You are explaining about it. That is the actual word. You are explaining about it. Okay, suppose I'm saying this one. These are, there are two pens, isn't it? So I can't use this. This is a singular thing. If I want to say about these two pens, how can I demonstrate it? How can I explain it? I can say, these are, isn't it? These are my pens, isn't it? These are my pens. Okay, so these. So these are my pens, and these are the demonstrative pronouns. Demonstrative means in order to demonstrate about, or in order to explain about something, we'll be using demonstrative pronoun. There are another thing like these and those also. These means plural, more than two or more than one, then it is these. If I'm saying if I'm saying like what is that? My question is like, what is that? You can say that is a car. If I'm saying that is a car, that is used for singular thing, isn't it? That is a car. Those are my cars. Those are my cars means those is used with the plural things. Okay, yes. Now the next sixth one is, children, interrogative. Interrogative means what? Interrogative pronouns are used in order to ask a question. Okay, we make use of interrogative pronouns to ask a questions like, what is this? Where are you going? Which is this color? Or we can say, Yes, who are you? Who are you? What is this? All these are what? Interrogative. Interrogative means what? Interrogative means in order to ask questions. So that is what, where, who, whose, whom, all these, or which, all these are what? Interrogative. You might find some similarity between this interrogative and relative. Relative is used to join the sentences. You have to keep in mind. Relative is used to join two things, or relative is used to mention about what? In order to relate to something, we will make use of relative. The same words are used, who, which, whose, whom, that. But in case of interrogative, we are asking questions. We cannot use that in interrogative because that is not a question word. But what, who, whose, whom, all these are interrogative. Okay. Now the seventh, the last one, children, it is possessive. What do you mean by possessive pronouns? Possessive pronouns are used to show that who or whom, who owns something. If you own something, if you are the owner of something, if you want to mention about it, you'll be using the possessive pronouns. I can say, the car is mine, isn't it? The car is mine because I own that thing. Because I own that thing, so I can say, I can use the word mine. Okay, so that is known as the possessive pronouns. Like yours, mine, hers. The bus is hers. The bus is hers because the hers is used in order to show that she owns that. So that is possessive. Possessive means in order to mention about something or someone who owns it, then it is known as a possessive pronoun. So these are the different types or 7 types of pronouns. I will recap it again. Personal means in order to refer to a person, we use of personal pronouns like I, she, it, we, they, he, all these are personal. The second one is indefinite. Indefinite means if you are not willing to refer to a person, if you don't want to refer to a person, or if you want to talk about something very general, then we'll be using this types: anybody, nobody, everybody, everywhere, nowhere, somewhere, somebody, some, enough. All these are indefinite because you don't want to refer to anything. You don't like to refer to it. You want to say about something very general. Okay. Now the next one is relative. Relative pronouns means we are those pronouns that are used to relate something. If you want to relate something, you can make use of relative pronouns. Or if you want to join two sentences, you can make use of relative pronouns like who, which, that, whose, whom. All these are relative. And the next one, it is reflexive. Reflexive pronouns means what? Reflexive pronouns means simply reflexive. Reflexive means what? A person has done something and the effect or the result of that came to that person itself. That is known as reflexive. He hurt himself. Okay, yes. Now, next one is demonstrative. Demonstrative means what? If you want to demonstrate, if you want to explain about something, you can make use of demonstrative. And the next one is interrogative. Interrogative means if you want to ask a question, you can make use of interrogative pronouns. And the last one, not the least, possessive pronouns. If you want to say about something or someone who owns it, just to mention about the owner, then you can make use of the possessive pronouns. So all these are the different types of pronouns, the commonly used pronouns. And if you're having any doubts in the topic, please ask me. Thank you, children. We'll meet again in the next class.